Chris, plenty of time to reflect on last Sunday's performance. What were the positives you were able to take out of it?
Well, the positives were the score. We only scored a try from a kick. I just thought we looked pretty comfortable all game defensively. I don't think either team that had the win. We had the win the second half. They had the win the first half. They didn't particularly play well that first half. We didn't particularly play well that second half. Some big lessons to be learned. But listen, yeah, I thought defensively we got pretty much everything right. It wasn't a day to be throwing the ball around. But having said that, we said after the game, I thought we went into a shell a little bit too early, and I think we're just worried about the 2-pass, 3-pass shifts, and trying to limit how many pairs of hands the ball actually went through just because of the conditions. But so obviously a disappointing result, especially at home. We've only won one from us first 3 home games, so that's not ideal. But listen, lots of positives to take out of last week.
We get your rawest straight after the game. When we speak in the press conference, you weren't too happy with the refereeing performance. Have you changed your mind watching the game back?
Well, I weren't too happy with the rucks. I thought the ruck speed, like I said afterwards, I think I used the word disgrace. I probably shouldn't have used that word, but I spoke to Steve Ganson at length over the last 48 hours. You practice and you train all pre-season, new rules that have been brought in, and new directives from the head of referees that certain things won't be tolerated on the rugby field, and we all got frustrated with the lack of penalties, certainly inside the 10. We're talking about hands on the ball, we're talking about second, third efforts on players. We're talking deliberately trying to play the ball down, and my players were frustrated at the end of the game. I was frustrated at the end of the game. I was still frustrated that we didn't win. But there's certain things there that shouldn't happen on a rugby league field. And we've had, like I said, I've had a real positive chat with Steve, and he's admitted that the referees made a number of mistakes out there, and the team warning as well. There should have been somebody out, somebody gone from the field then. Having spoke to Tim Sheens as well after the game, he was astounded that nobody did actually go to the bench. So yeah, listen, I was furious after the game. It wasn't the reason why we lost the game. I want to make that quite clear. I didn't think there were a great deal in the two sides, but the frustration has come from a lack of penalties that I thought we deserved, and a team that were trying to deliberately slow the ball down, and sent Steve 10-12 clips the other day, and I think 90% of those clips that we sent should have all been penalties. I know that doesn't help us after the event, but I think Steve understood us, understood our frustration, and I've read that he's been put down into championship, and that's not what we want from this. We don't want to see this, but it was disappointing that we didn't get more penalties. Disappointing that the ruck wasn't policed the way that it's been policed the first 4 or 5 weeks. So that's the frustration, or that was the frustration. But we've moved on now. We've had like I said, a real positive couple of days with Steve Ganson, and there's some accountability there, and obviously that's good to see, and we draw a line under it.
Certainly a positive going forward is Matty Ashurst coming back. When he left the field against Leeds a couple of weeks ago, it looked like it could be a bad one, but he's back in contention this week for the 17-man squad. Yeah,
he'll play, Matty. It's surprised everybody, really. We thought it looked like a serious knee injury when we've had the scan. There's a slight strain to the medial. but the injury was more to the foot. But again, the scan come back pretty within 24, 48 hours. He was back. We were out walking, trained all this week. So yeah, Matty's fine, which is a big boost to the team as a senior player here, and he's a player that's very, very important to us.
And Jordan Crowther also back in the squad this week.
Yeah, Geordie will start this week. It's been good. It's been good in pre-season. He was good in the friendlies. He's played a couple of games. He had a game out in Joe Reg 2 weeks ago. We've kept him pretty fit. But Geordie will get an opportunity there now. And that spot, it's there for a number of weeks if he plays well, and that's it's a good opportunity for Geordie now to get his season up and running again. He's waited for an opportunity. Like I said, I think he a little bit unfortunate maybe not to start the season, but he's had a couple of niggling injuries and injections in sternums and things like that. So he's injury free now. He's fresh. He's ready to go, and I'm looking forward to him being out there. He's a big ball of energy, is Geordie, and he brings plenty of enthusiasm to the team, and he likes to play with the ball as well, which I like my 13s to do. Hull
aside, plenty about, of course, and big win here at the end of last season when they're in the middle of that losing run, but they've picked up some form now, and it's going to be a very tough trip. Yeah, they've got some bodies back, haven't they? And we brought Gareth Ellis back in. I think Joe Westerman's been playing really, really well. You've got Albert Kelly there that, he's a threat every time he gets the ball. He's just going to run at you all game, and we've just got to make sure we front up there. I think the pack's been going really well for them, and they've got a lot more. They're very, very hard team to do any kind of video preview on them, because they just like to shift, shift the ball a hell of a lot. Maybe three, 4 shifts in a set. So it's, in terms of your preview, it's difficult to understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to move teams around, and we've just got to make sure that once they've moved us around, we've got some good adjustments through the middle, so we can really have a go at their bigger shifts. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Tough game there. There's never much between the two sides. There certainly hasn't been over the last couple of years. I think the last time we played them there, we beat them in the Super 8, and then they obviously beat us there. I think last play of the game, Sneed dropped goal. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game for us. Gareth Ellis, you mentioned him coming back. Has he been the catalyst for this winning run, or is it just a matter of getting those bodies back, and he's kind of not he's taking the credit, but people are giving the credit?
I just think you've got some guys that are coming into form now. I think Shaw's been impressive, and like I say, people like Joe Westerman are very, very important to him, especially the way that they want to play the game. So yeah, Gaz is obviously been a world class player in his time, and he's coming to do a job when they've needed somebody to come in, and with the injuries that they've had. So, but I think now that they've got the bodies back, I think you'll slowly see Gaz disappear back into the coaching setup.
Are you hoping for a drier day tomorrow then in Hull?
I think everybody is. And I've picked my squad accordingly. I've picked a squad that that can move. That can move well. You need people that can move well in these conditions, and brought Ingy in and Geordie Crowther. We've obviously got Matty Ashurst back in the squad as well. So it's important that in these kind of conditions you've got players out on the field that can move really well, and it means a couple of guys will miss out, but it's a long season.